A fake Reverend sister has been arrested in Port Harcourt and she was found with 15 children, all within the age of 9 to 15, in her residence in Alu community in Rivers State. Her name has been listed to be Maureen Wechunwu, and she's said to be 44 years old. She also claimed that she used to be a Reverend sister in England, but was defrocked and maybe fired from it, and then when she came back to Nigeria, she became a child trafficker. It's unclear how the police got the information, but they claim that they were working based on intelligence. Someone may have tipped them off. Clearly, when you're into child trafficking, you would have to raise suspicion and you would have a lot of people looking at you. But then I guess the fact that she was able to pass off as a Reverend sister would remove suspicion from her, because we see these Reverend sisters as holy people who always do the Lord's work, especially when it comes to children and orphanage homes. I guess maybe when they saw her with the kids, or if her neighbors see the kids around her, they wouldn't think too much of it because she is a Reverend sister. Maybe they would think she's doing the Lord's work. Maybe they would think she's helping these children, whereas all 15 of these children were kidnapped and abducted. And the funny thing, or the interesting thing about this, is that the kids, the children, remembered how they were all kidnapped and how they were all abducted, and they were able to tell the police how they found themselves there in this so-called Reverend sister's house in Alu community. The sad thing about these children is that some of them were kidnapped as far back as 2020 or even 2019. One of the child, whose name is Miracle, said that she was kidnapped in 2021 on a Sunday after church in Ada George. She said that she was abducted with her mother and two of her other siblings. However, her mother and her other siblings had not been heard from since then. So far, she's the only one that they had found. Her father, however, had been called to identify her, and I guess she has been reunited with the dad. What's left now is to find her mother and the other two siblings, which, honestly, I hope they're still alive. Another child, whose name is Prosper, said that he was kidnapped in 2020 in Bayelsa State, along with two other children at the time. And I guess he might be the one who had been there the longest. And according to his own story, he was just hanging out with his friends when the abduction took place. And immediately he was sold to a woman in Lagos. And after that, he was now brought back to the Reverend Sister Maureen. It's unclear the time frame within when he was taken to Lagos and when he returned back to Maureen's fake orphanage home. But ever since then, he had been with the Reverend Sister at her house that she is passing to be an orphanage home. A lot of these children were taken on their way to school. Some of the others was when they were running errands for their parents. And a lot of them most likely after church or during church service. You know, that is the time the kids are all scattered around. And I guess as a Reverend sister, she could easily infiltrate this organization, these churches, and just pick one child and walk with the child, and nobody would suspect a thing. After all, she's a woman and a Reverend sister at that. She even said that sometimes she pays people to bring these children for her. It's not clear what she sells them for, but there's a chance that they may be used as house helps or even rituals. But I guess sometimes they're just trafficked mostly for sex, and it's just sad and it's just painful that these kids were robbed of their lives. But the good thing is now that they've been found, hopefully with the police investigation, they could find more people linked to her, because I'm sure she's not working alone. And hopefully they could find other children who had been taken places or somewhere to be or walk or be the child of other people who may have paid for these children, because obviously she's selling these children to people. I guess this is like a fake abduction or fake adoption agency that she's running, but it's still not clear what she does with these children. I want to believe, for the fact that one of them has been with her since 2020 and he has gone to Lagos and has come back. I just feel these children, if there are more of them, they will be somewhere where they are safe and there's a chance that they may come home. As at the time of making this video, the police have only been able to speak to 5 of them and identify them, and hopefully the rest 10 of them, they're still trying to get the people who know them, their families. Their names are not very stated with their surname, so it is written with the Reverend Sister's surname. They all have a surname, and I guess that might be difficult to identify. But I would believe within the age of 9 and 15, you would know your original or surname. I would believe so, but I guess the police don't want to release that information for safety, I presume. Hopefully, if a child of yours is missing in Port Harcourt around 2020, oh my god, this also reminds me of a child that was taken in my area back then. I don't even remember when, but it's between 2019 to this period of time. He was just taken by a lady, and I hope this is a chance that they could find that little boy. I really do hope, because it was really heartbreaking and frustrating. So guys, stay watching, stay subscribed. If there's an update on the story, I will be happy to update you guys. The story is still very fresh, and I think a lot of people still don't know yet. So if you have time, you can share the story on your page. Anyone who has had their child missing within this period of time, they could go to the police and identify their child, or make reports now and see if they could trace their missing children through this woman, because I feel that even though there are 15 children in her care, she may have dealt or worked or sold over 100, and she would know more, since she has been doing this since 2020. It's even longer than 2020. There is a chance that over 100 or 200 missing children can be linked to her, and I hope the police in their due diligence are able to find these children that may not be among these 15 that they got from this woman's house. So guys, that's it. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like and share, and also stay subscribed to this page. Should there be any updates, I will be happy to let you know.